That's what he said. He was like, I'm not a child.
Yeah.
Right. It was like,
count to 3 as well.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm not your daughter. Like, I'm not, and she was like, well, it was just because you were standing there. And it's like, you can't treat people like that.
But the thing is, Jeremiah said the exact same words.
Yeah, she tried to mother them.
She
called him so many things.
Yeah, she did. Too. She did. And she was, when I saw that, actually I saw it breaking apart before that. She was getting on my nerves around the same time she started getting on Jeremiah's nerves. Because it was, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this, you don't do that. It was a lot of talk about like what he don't do. And you didn't. And it was like, don't nobody want to hear that shit all the time.
Because he could be like, Huda, don't do this, don't do that. You don't do this. Like, he could do that.
He made her pancakes. They weren't done. So somebody else remade her pancakes. Okay, and good. I'm glad you got your pancakes. But why did it have to be thrown in his face that another guy did it?
Yeah, it was purposeful.
Like, that was intentionally, that was manipulative. Actually, you were being a manipulator.
She literally told him, she was like, basically wanted him to check the other guy about making you pancakes.
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, and he wasn't even tripping. He was like, well, you got your food, so why would I be mad?
Like, you're good, right? You still hungry or something? Because
you want more food?
Right. Yeah, and then with Chris, I did not see her winning with Chris. Immediately when I saw Chris's demeanor and they got together.
It was over after that.
I knew that they weren't going to make it.
And I was trying to root for them. I was never going to put them on number 1, though. Never. But I was really rooting for them since they somehow made it to the finalists. But after he was kind of acting the whole time, it's like, no, it's just not. It's just not. It's not going to be y'all.
It didn't make sense how you were all PDA with Jeremiah and then Chris and every other guy, and then you do all these challenges and you're kissing all over everybody. Right. Then you do the challenge and you're humping all over Ace and kissing all over Ace, and you do all these challenges and you're humping and kissing all everybody and licking everybody from the balls up. Like, but then you can't do PDA with your partner.
I wanted to add something though too, because
that's weird.
I feel like they found out, or maybe somebody told them what America thinks about them, because America really was going to take her out because of all the crash outs that she's been having and how she was moving too fast with Jeremiah. So she was really trying to move slow because America was like, she's moving too fast with Jeremiah. So she was really trying to actually take things slow with him.
So that
but
was
I think with the intimate part though, I think it's because that part doesn't actually be on camera like that.
Well, no, she made it seem like, though, she didn't want to do it with Chris because she was just so traumatized from the other Islanders judging her.
Right, exactly. But then,
but that didn't make sense because she'd been talking to every person about it, and nobody cared. Like,
none of it made sense.
He doesn't like PDA, but you said that to everybody, so it's like everybody now knows, so it doesn't even matter anymore.
But then the challenges,
I think it was about America, but I don't think she could tell him that because then that would indicate that she knows, and they're not supposed to know what we think.
Is this in this episode?
Oh, you think that they know?
I think that they knew, but they weren't supposed to know. So I think that she couldn't tell him that, I know that America feels like I was moving too fast with Jeremiah, so I have to move slow with you, and I can't kiss you because then I'm going to be judged for it.
I think she was just freaking weird.
She made an excuse and said that she
feels like... There's a reason for it, though.
No, but she made an excuse and was like, she was on a podcast, and she said that it was because, in her mind, it was private because they were in the bed and under the covers, and she didn't she doesn't
but
like
that's
PDA.
Not going to make it on the show, though.
So then how do you
explain? Not going to show you.
How do you explain what you did to Ace? You don't like PDA, but you grinding the shit out of Ace.
But
they said she put her coochie on his face.
That was before Chris, though.
She put her coochie on his face. Like, she
on
sat
Ace's
on
face?
his face. She sat on his face.
Girl, right?
But that was before Chris.
Right. You don't like PDA.
That was before Chris, and I think that was before Jeremiah.
Before Chris. That wasn't before Chris?
No?
With her and Ace? No, that was well into her and Chris.
Yeah, her and Chris were a couple.
Yeah, they were a couple.
Because I remember she got up on Chris and did the little trick with her butt or whatever, and then
Are you saying her and Ace were a couple? I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch all of it. I watched the last few episodes.
No, not her and Ace were a couple. Okay, they had a challenge, basically, where they had to come out in these costumes and do all these things, right? Mm-hmm. And
her and Chris came out together.
And they had to make each other's, people's heart race, right? Or whatever. Ooh. And so they had to do all these sexual things, kissing, nothing really extra. She's the only one that went way too far.
Yeah, because they said that how they edited it, it was like, if you watch the episode, she was getting up, but she was like turning around, so like it was like her butt was in his face, and then it cut off of them and went to Shelly's face. And then that's when they said when they cut to that part, that's when she sat on his face. Yeah, and that's why Shelly made that big of a scene about it.
Yeah. But your girl's
Shelly
girl
been doing like, or not doing, but like been like being done wrong.
Yeah.
With Ace.
Yeah.
Especially, what was it?
I don't think it's wrong. I just think they were just open. But
no, it wasn't just that. It was the girl, the one that got removed very quickly. After I think she got caught for saying the N-word on Twitter. And she was removed the very next day.
Sierra, yeah.
No, not Sierra.
No,
I think it was another chick.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
The girl, she was
what's her name?
Her name began with a Y. She was initially with Ace.
Yeah, she was.
On the first episode.
But she was with
the
Ace
Spanish girl.
Because she chose to kiss him, and she did the most with kissing him. And then the other guy that she kissed he asked her to just kiss him on the cheek. And so that made Ace look really bad because he went all out with that kiss with her right next to Shelly.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm like, Shelly's been done wrong with Ace for a while.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That was in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are, way in the end.
I can't be on a show like that. That's so gross.
Here we are.
Like,
everybody
and then having to see that, like, she's just making out with your man, and then she takes your man. Like, no, it's just too much.
The towards the end when she did that, and then it was like
Yolissa.
Yeah, okay. You have, this is where I just feel like Huda was all over the place, not just toxic in her relationships and needs some type of therapy. I'll say that, but the part where you're a girl's girl and you're Shelly's girl and Shelly checked you and now you sad and you want to apologize and you want to never say, you want to save your relationship with Shelly. That was the only genuine time where I could see that Huda was taking accountability for anything, was when Shelly was like, bitch, fuck you. You did too much, right? Shelly was like, I'm not fucking with you. Mm-hmm. And she stood on business. And she kept her distance. And she set a boundary. Mm-hmm. Only time Huda respected anybody on there was when Shelly did that. And she came to Shelly and she was crying and she was like, I'm sorry, and all these things. I went too far. She admitted it. And then they moved on from there. But here's my thing. Chris wanted Shelly. Ace wanted Shelly. Shelly was in the divide between Chris and Ace.
Oh, snap.
You know what I'm saying? So you already was coupled up with Chris.
You know it more than me.
you know, I'll watch the whole thing. You was already coupled up with Chris, and then you go ride Ace's face.
Oh, that sounds
in front of Shelly,
vengeful.
Yeah,
because she's possessive, and you can tell.
Like you're coming for somebody I
you
want,
knew
so
what
I'm
you
gonna.
was
She knew what she was
doing.
doing.
Yeah.
You knew what you was doing. You're not dumb.
Because you didn't do that to anybody else's dude.
No, she acts that way with any girl that is kind of coupled up with the guy that she's kind of claiming, even with Jeremiah. Like, she acts like that way. Whenever she's got a guy, she is very possessive over him.
It's giving Scorpio moon. Even though I know she's a Virgo.
Even when she was done doing what she did to Ace,
at all.
Pepe was like, that seemed like more than a challenge. Mm-hmm. Like, because it was giving what's
happening here. Everybody was looking at it like everybody that has something to say about it. Everybody that has something to say about it said the same thing.
Yeah, because like what is
said the same thing and said it to her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know?
And she looked all awkward when she sat down, but yeah, what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
I felt bad for her at first, but then hearing after her and Shelly talked and hearing Shelly's side and, understanding how edits work and everything and how, like, they're obviously not going to show the rated R part of everything.
Right.
Like,
and how far things went.
It seemed like it went further than what they showed.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it was just like, and then seeing Huda repeat the same patterns with Chris, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah. True.
Like, absolutely not.
Yeah, repeat the same patterns.
Yeah.
Treat him like a child. Talk down to him. Condescending behavior. Controlling behavior. Possessive behavior.
Yeah.
Just overly critical.
Yeah, because she even said, she was like, I want my man to be obsessed with me. But, like,
that's your insecurity.
Yeah.
You're not
Obsession is not healthy.
It's not healthy. And, if somebody wants to be all over you like that, you're used to being love bombed. Which is probably why you have so much fucking trauma.
Ace said that in the beginning, though. He was like, he told Jeremiah.
Ace said a lot of stuff in the beginning that nobody paid attention to, and I'm telling you, he stood on business the whole show.
Period.
Even Jeremiah, and I have it saved on my Instagram to go back and watch. So I was doing something I couldn't watch at the time. But Jeremiah was on a podcast too, and he was talking about Ace and why Ace was jealous of him, and there was like a picture of Shelly. So I assume there was something that happened behind the scenes with Shelly and Jeremiah that we don't know about.
Oh, sad.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Me neither. I gotta go back and watch it. But Jeremiah truly believes Ace was jealous of him. It was like, don't nobody want that toxic situation that you're in,
God,
sir.
no.
Like,
Ace is winning with Shelly.
No,
Ace's
so
demeanor
cute.
is not ever going to be able to tolerate Huda.
Oh, no.
No.
That's not going to work.
It's too toxic.
It would be very toxic. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but Huda was giving me some Scorpio vibes. I seen the Virgo too, but she was giving me a lot.
Something else is hitting because
It is.
I didn't know she was a Virgo, so it was given something else at first. So that's why I'm like, Virgo, okay,
Mom
something
kept
else
saying
is
she
happening.
has to be a Scorpio.
She has something else that's strong.
Yeah.
Possessiveness,
Yeah.
controlling, emotionally deep, always crying. First of all,
Always crying.
Virgos don't do that.
No.
Virgos ain't going to just sit there and
because
cry
they're
all the
ruled by
time.
Mercury, so they're going to be more
They're
logical.
going to be more logical. And
So
less
yeah,
emotional.
she's got a strong water sign somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
And it could be a water sign moon, yeah.
It's definitely something water sign, but the closest thing to Virgo around that time, if it even is a Scorpio Mercury, could be. But it's going to be Scorpio around that Virgo, unless it's her moon. But and yes, I do agree with water. She's very emotional.
When's her birthday? Y'all know her birthday?
No, I don't know her birthday, but here's the thing. When you think of all the water signs, who's the most possessive?
Scorpio, of
Exactly.
course.
Yes. And who's the one who would more than likely feel everything deeply? It was almost like she cried at a lot of things.
Everything.
Right.
There's always something upsetting.
It could
Yes.
be Cancer as well.
Ooh, August 30th. It's giving Scorpio moon.
Yeah. Yeah. That's her birthday?
Yeah.
So that's the end of September? Yeah, very could be. Well, be Scorpio moon. So you looked it up? It's Scorpio
I'll double
moon?
check.
It's,
So flew off topic.
yeah, we're about 2
Not
hours in.
entirely because we brought some astrology to it so we can add it. Because honestly, this is a really hot topic. And honestly, we need some more interesting stuff.
Yeah, we didn't bring in. We was just getting America's ass today.
Yeah, we really were.
We didn't really go into anything fun. Remember, we have to keep.
This
the
was fun though.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you can edit some
Scorpio.
told
Hello.
you.
That's dark.
dark.
That's
and
dark.
dark and deep.
Dark and deep.
And when you add it to a low vibrational Virgo, overcritical
yeah.
and controlling,
That's sad.
that's what that gives. Yeah, and toxic. Absolutely.
My way or the
Yeah,
highway.
right? And it's just
Sheesh.
yeah.
Sheesh. I don't know how you're getting out of that, Hannah.
The thing is, what was I saying? Yes, every aspect of your chart can be on a low or high vibration.
True that.
So just because you have a lot of things in your chart that appear to be dark or Scorpio or whatever it is,
Dark or Scorpio.
dark and Scorpio, or just even conflicting.
Yeah.
If you are
True.
in your high vibration and you're working on yourself and you are vibrating high, then you will just only bring the high vibration out of that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, just because you have a lot of conflicting things like she does, Virgo and Scorpio moon, low vibration is wild in that combination.
Yeah.
But a high vibration could be somebody very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, could be somebody that can change your life. So it doesn't have to always be dark. But I do feel like Huda needs some healing, and she is vibrating low.
That really can be very healing to be a Virgo with the Scorpio moon if you're in a high vibration, because that shows that you can be someone that really cares about the growth of, the people around you. You want people to do well.
You have service.
Yeah, and then you're also emotionally deep, so you can have very strong, deep relationships with people and be very invested in their growth as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then you have the Virgo part of you that's going to want to fix the emotional part of you. Because Virgos love to fix. So
Yeah. And they have to fix themselves too.
They do. They can be very self-aware. So that part of her being a Virgo, may actually help her learn and want to fix anything else that's wrong with her.
I do think that she tried, though. I do think that she tried to do better. She wasn't like, at least with Chris, she wasn't very much crash out like she was with Jeremiah.
Because that's Chris's energy. Think about it. Not everybody does it the same with everybody.
I still feel like she got some intel. I still feel like she got some intel and she needed to get herself together.
She should have been gone.
And as a Virgo, she knows to get herself together if she gets some information.
But that's not fair because them two should have never made it to the finals then.
They shouldn't have.
It should have been Shelly and Ace. That's not fair. And then they walk into the finals just friends.
Broken up.
Weird.
That's like never heard of.
How does that work, Love Island? How does that work when they decide to just be friends? At that point, you should have brought back the person that had the next amount of votes.
Yeah.
When they decided to be friends. Because how's this Love Island when you have a finalist that's just friends and you sent away a couple that's been rocking since the beginning? It's weird. I'm just saying. But,
I know America decided, but I'm going to be honest, like, yeah, I don't get the deal with that. I feel like it could have been like I don't know. I thought it was more like a redemption for her. But then the way Chris was acting like he didn't even want to make it, it was like,
no.
They took two pictures of Chris and Jeremiah side by side, and it was like they were both making the same face, like, I'm sick of her.
Really?
They were both sitting there looking miserable next to Huda, and it was two clips of Jeremiah was sitting next to Huda, and Chris was sitting next to Huda. They both look exhausted.
Chris was stank. He was so freaking stank.
He did not care. He wanted to make it known.
He didn't care. I feel like as an Aries, and I can understand where, Aries are usually confrontational. They don't care. They'll clear the room. They'll talk about it. They'll bring up the uncomfortable conversations. But I feel like he wore his emotions on his sleeve. He cannot hide it.
Even in the finale, she was like, "You're gonna make me walk in the water." He looked her dead in her eyes and said, "I'm not carrying you."
Yeah.
And walked away from her.
Yeah, because then you gave him the out. He wanted it the whole time. They knew going into the finals they were not going to win.
He said it, and he was telling her, he was like, "Huda, just say it. I already know it. Just say it."
Right. Like if you don't say it, I'm gonna say it.
Maybe there's a lot that happened too that didn't make the cut. Like a lot of conversations, a lot of interactions that kind of led to the point where he just kind of knew it was over anyway. So he's just like stuck.
Yeah.
Like, she was making a lot of,
this isn't going to last.
Even after though, she was making a lot of excuses about like how he treated her and everything, and how, he kept telling me to shut up. He kept doing this. He kept doing that. Okay, but what about the things you kept doing? You kept interrupting him. You kept treating him like a child. Ridiculing him about he couldn't do nothing right. Like, it was just like, what about you? Where's your accountability?
Well, I just want to add something, though, in her defense, though, because she was a lot more confrontational with Jeremiah. And you're right, it is the energy.
And he was younger.
Chris brought a different kind of energy, so
Chris
she had to approach
grown man
things.
energy, and
she had to approach things differently.
She said that, he's a man.
Yeah.
She knew she had a grown man. Like, he wasn't bringing the same little boy energy as Jeremiah.
Yeah.
So no, her energy is going to be different with him. She ain't going to try him and treat him. She tried it, but that was quick. With Jeremiah caught on to that, or not Jeremiah, but Chris caught on to that quick.
And that's probably what it was too, especially with his Aries. It was very much like, it's already over.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still here, but it's already over.
Girl, I done checked out 2 weeks
like,
ago.
I guess we made it to the finalists, but I'm done.
Right. Aries is gone. You get us mentally out, we are gone, honey. You can do whatever you want. At this point, it's a wrap. That's why he had all that on his face, and he was just like, "Why am I still here?"
Because even he said, "I could be overseas right now. I don't care about this show." Like, he said that.
He did say
and
that.
no shame.
Yeah, I like that part. I see the Aries in him. Then he was like, "I don't give a fuck about like being here." Like, and I can see that. All y'all toxic people. Let me tell you about toxic people. They like toxic people. Yeah. They do. They follow toxic people. And it's like you try to figure out like, dang, this person's toxic, and you can see it. You can understand it, and,
they relate
and evaluate it, but they relate.
But Huda didn't even know she's toxic, because she said even when she found out she had 5.4 million followers on TikTok, she was like, y'all look crash out Huda. Like, that's what she calls herself, the crash out.
Yeah.
Like that's what you want to go by?
It's the drama. It's the toxicity. It's the... let me go see what she's going to do next. I get it. And it's cool and all, but honey, that's all cute until somebody finds a girl who gives them peace. you know, and then
4.2.
4.2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you want a man
Okay,
to.
are we gonna wrap it up?
Yeah.
Not her getting more than Amaya, and she actually won.
No, and Amaya is the fan favorite.
Well, Amaya is actually a high vibrational. Well, from what I can tell, Scorpio.
Oh, she's a Scorpio. It's heart heavy, but I actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like she really could be a lot more attached and possessive and kind of display a lot of the
high
she
vibrational.
Really could do that.
Exactly.
But she shows to have a lot of respect for herself. It's like, you know, take me as I am.
It's different. Take me as I am. That's given.
Even she said, if I'm not your cup of tea, don't drink it.
Yeah. Period.
Like-
and that and to sum that up, if you're not our cup, it's no, I'm just playing. We enjoyed talking to you guys and bringing some uncomfortable conversations and truths. But you guys, it's been a joy, a blessing to be here with you guys and to talk about some things that, you know, are never really talked about in the community. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you for season 2. I am Lala Nutia Hari.
I'm Kayla Bria Hari.
I'm Ari Maria Hari.
See you guys. See you season 2.
See ya.
Bye.